Hello there. I wanted to do this little video to talk a little bit about my experiences with human design. It's not something that a lot of people have really kind of heard of, so and it's very hard to explain. So I thought I'd give a little bit of first-hand experience of what it has helped me with particularly. So as you've probably, if you've read the email, gathered, human design is a combination of sciences such as the I Ching, astrology, Ayurvedic sciences, and also quantum physics. We use our time and place and date of birth in order to create a chart, which is basically like a genetic imprint of us at the time of birth, and also 88 days before we were born. And these form the two sides of our chart, the conscious and the unconscious. So when you look at a chart, there's a lot of information on there, and you can go into as little or as much detail as you want from it, really. And there's layer upon layer upon layer of information in there. And so yeah, I thought I'd give a little bit more of an insight what I found it really useful, how it helped me. So obviously most of you who know me know that I'm a bit of a healthcare fanatic. I've been very passionate about my health for as long as I can remember, really. It's always been something I've been really interested in, and I've always been searching and researching, learning, in order to understand more and more about how I can help myself and make my health the optimum possible, overcome any particular health challenges that I've had, and then share that with my clients. So basically, the main areas that human design has been very, very insightful has been firstly with how to use my energy and how to interact with the world around me, and how is best for me to do that. So for many years, probably from the age of maybe during my exams, so maybe sort of 16, 17, somewhere around that point, I have suffered with various degrees of adrenal fatigue. So that has manifested itself in various different ways. But I have struggled with anxiety, I have struggled with skin issues, I have struggled with my digestion, and I think I finally started seeking some professional help in my late teens, as I was having some joint issues, joint pains, as well as those issues. And yeah, I didn't really know where to start. And that started me on the understanding more about the adrenal fatigue side. So from a human design perspective, my chart explains a lot about why I've been so prone to things like adrenal fatigue. I am a type called a projector. So a projector has, there's different types of projector. I am an energy projector, which means of the three different types of projector, I do tend to have more energy potentially than some of the other types. But with regards to how I interact with the world, it's very different from a large percentage of the population. So 70% approximately are energy types, generators, manifesting generators. And I am in the 20% of the projector type. So the more I learned about what a projector, how they're designed to interact with other people, how they are designed to interact with the world, how they are best to thrive, this made so much sense. It explains to me my 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 big need for alone time. I recharge when I'm on my own. I absorb. My aura is very penetrating, and I absorb other people's energy, as well as them feeling very kind of like I can be maybe a little bit in the face sometimes, because my energy is very penetrating. It's very good on a one-to-one basis, and it's very penetrating. So the more I learn about what a projector thrives in, the more everything just seemed to fit into place. And it's given me an understanding that actually I'm maybe trying to be something that isn't right for me. So I have embraced my projector nature, and I feel so much better for it, because it's given me permission to be in the to be within what feels good, rather than trying to push myself to do so much, when actually that's not my design to do that. So that's one part. I could go into so much information on this, but I want to keep this brief, just a bit of an overview. So another part it's really helped me in was the diet part. My diet has been something that I have researched again, and my journey's not just included human design recently. There's been some Ayurvedic sessions that I was having and learning about, which have been really instrumental in making some massive changes in my life. But I came across the human design after my journey with the Ayurvedic stuff had really kind of got underway, and it's amazing the parallels from having an individual consultation with an Ayurvedic practitioner who obviously looks at all your history, all your symptoms, how you're feeling. They look at you as an individual, and she prescribes basically a way of eating, what to eat, how to eat, when to eat, what emotional support, basically a whole lifestyle kind of awareness change. And so, which I found incredibly hard, I must admit, because there was some massive changes in there. And I came across human design probably about maybe 6 months after starting on that journey. And it made so much sense, because a lot of the things the Ayurvedic lady said fitted in perfectly with what my chart is showing. There are so many parallels, things that I previously hadn't been aware of and hadn't been adhering to, which is part of the reason why my body had got out of balance, because for me personally, my body is just ridiculously sensitive, which has its pros and has its cons. But it's understanding how I can support that and how I can work with that, and what are the repercussions if I don't, which is, lifestyle choices. We can't always be 100% perfect. Well, we can, but life would be very boring, and that's not necessarily where any of us should or would want to be. So the diet thing with the human design, learning about how best for a projector to eat, learning about how my body thrives, what conditions it's best for me to eat in, just taking that to another level has been amazing. And last of all, about my relationships. So relationships with the people around me, intimate relationships, friend relationships, client relationships. The human design stuff has really helped me with that too, trying to understand, well, what am I really here to help people with? How can I best serve people? How am I best working with people? What's my niche? What's my best working practice, best working condition? All these things can be pulled from the human design, and often we live in a world that conditions us. So all of us do. It's part of you can't not be conditioned to some degree. Some people are more susceptible to conditioning than others, and by conditioning I mean, so you know, your parents, your friends, the people who were influential, particularly through your childhood, will all rub off on you, for want of a better description. So they will have an influence on how you behave, what you think is expected, what how you evolve around them, if you like, or with them. And that may not necessarily be in alignment with ourselves, but we learn from other people, so we will mimic them, and some of those behaviors may serve us and some of them may not. So the human design is, they call it the experiment, human design experiment, because the idea is when you have a look at your chart, there may be things on there that you just don't resonate with, and that may be conditioning. So it may be things that you've grown up focusing from other people's perspectives rather than necessarily what actually would serve you best. Or it can be, it can just be that it's not the right time for you at the moment to be following a certain perspective, a certain behavior. And so the idea is you try things, see if if you do things differently, how does that resonate? Does it feel better? Does it feel worse? Does it feel like it frees some energy up? Does it feel, it's the whole point is about trial. There's no right or wrong. It's just looking at, well, let's see, if this area of my life is not necessarily feeling like it's very in tuned, in alignment. How else can I try things? What else can I try? Will doing it a different way create more flow, create more happiness, create more joy, fulfillment? It's an experiment. So yeah, so I hope that gives you a little bit of an overview. Like I said, I could talk for ages on this. Some of you already have experienced, but yeah, if you'd like to find out more, if there are areas in your life that you feel that you could maybe have some new suggestions, a different perspective, if you'd like to see what your chart really kind of demonstrates for you, if you're intrigued, if you're interested, if you want to understand more or find out if it's for you, then don't hesitate to get in touch. I'm offering a free initial consultation where we can have a chat and basically have a conversation about whether some human design work may help you on your journey, help you to improve an area of your life, or create more flow in your life, reduce stress, improve your health. Yeah, I mean, there's the human design side, but also, I do offer the mentoring sessions, which are geared towards helping you to make changes. But obviously the human design is another element. We can focus solely on that, or we can use that as another tool. So yeah, don't hesitate to get in touch. All my contact details within this email. And if you want to know more, I look forward to hearing from you soon.